Right. Can I recall the exam day and what was I going through? Exam day was a roller coaster. It was the first time that it was going to be a couple of hours of CAT, and there were going to be three slots. And as luck would have it, I was in the third slot. So I had to watch two batches of people, both containing some really close friends, coming out of the exam hall, giving their reactions, and then with that input on me, have to go in the exam myself. So of course that was a little bit grueling. And of course, there was this whole element of uncertainty. We didn't know what the CAT authorities would look for or how much concession they would give given the COVID times. All we had to do was do our best, really. Uh, the benefits of being in the third slot were, of course, that I already knew that there were going to be, let's say, uh, two big sets and then four smaller sets in the DILR section, which was a big relief because you really have to plan time in the DILR section. What happens if one set kind of, I mean, you're not able to solve one set, you have to abandon it and then go to another one. So it makes it's definitely advantageous to know in advance. Um, Having said that, on the day of the exam, I went to my center well in advance. There was in fact one point of time when I thought I would not make it to the exam hall on time because there was so much traffic on the way. So I just had to leave behind my auto rickshaw that I'd taken and had to go forward like a kilometer or so on foot just to get to the exam hall on time. And we arrived there all sweaty and sort of, I mean, of course, there were all COVID precautions, etc., going on. So it was a environment of really high alertness, and people were very tense. And on top of that, the exam pressure. So things were not easy. In the exam hall, well, settled down, all of these things, the formalities, etc., happened. Once the exam started, I think I kind of came into my element a bit with the whole VARC section because I found that I was able to attempt a lot of it. And there were points, in fact, where I ignored my better judgment that I should leave certain questions because they seemed ambiguous, and I instead marked my answers, which in hindsight was not the right thing to do. I should have listened to my gut and left those questions. I would have scored much higher. But anyways, that was gone. Coming to the DILR section, now this was the real cinch of the paper because it was going to be like a 40-minute section and two big sets and then four smaller ones, and did not know what to expect. So, three smaller ones. Sorry, I mean, I said four two times. Yeah. Uh, so in this, what happened was, I mean, psychologically, it seems as if I was able to attempt the set with the six questions first and get all of them correct, I would, automatically score 18 points. So I should probably go for that first. So I went for the first bigger set. I think I spent around 7 to 8 minutes on it. That did not happen. I went to the second larger set. Was not able to solve it either. By this time, really panic was setting in because I think it was 12 minutes down. And then I went to each of the smaller sets, the three sets with four questions each. And I found that I was not able to solve any of them. Like there was some kind of block, mental block that was happening. And I had by this time already started panicking. It was 17 minutes into the exam, and time was running really fast. Did not know what to do. And at this time, I don't know how or what, there was this line that Patrick sir used to always say. He used to say to us, okay, I don't know how to solve this. Let's just write down the data that's given in the question. And I don't know where that wisdom came in the nth moment. I just went back to like the very first set that I had taken and started noting down the data that was given in the question. And for a while, it seemed as if I was doing the exact same steps that I had done the first time around. And then I noticed an arithmetical error, some numerical error that I had made in writing or computing one of the figures. And then it just clicked. The whole sum just clicked. Things were easy to solve. I realized that. And while I was solving the first set, I was able to mark all the questions. While I was solving that, I kind of was able to figure out what I had done wrong in the second set of six questions. So I finished the first set, I went really quickly to the second one, And then there was this really easy third one that I kind of, and you know that once when it was sort of like a chain reaction, once things started falling into place, they really fell into place. And I was able to attempt, I think, all but 5 questions and get all of them correct. There was no negative marking in this section for me. And so, I mean, DILR in fact was the highest performing section for me this CAT. Coming to Quant, well, Quant was something where I had really less hopes. And by this time, with the whole excitement of the VARC and DILR, I was really tired. So I just solved whatever I could. There were points where I realized I could not really solve and all that. And in hindsight, I could have done much better. There were some questions that I knew, and yet I was not able to figure out because I was not in the state of mind that I should have been. Well, that happened and I kind of came out. But on the whole, I was feeling really good about this paper because um, I thought that I had done really good at ERC and DILR, and I thought that I should scrape by pretty decently in quant. So on the whole, I was pretty okay with it.